you ever feel like your whole life is waiting because you're too scared to begin? If this found you tonight, maybe you needed it. I think one of the loneliest feelings in the world is wanting something so badly, but being too scared to start. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't care, but because starting means being seen, and being seen is terrifying, especially when you care deeply, because totally it matters. And maybe that's where you are now. You have ideas, dreams, plans sitting in your notes app, videos you never post, projects you never began, not because you don't want to, but because a part of you is scared at that once you try, people might judge you. Or worse, maybe nobody noticed at all. And honestly, I understand that feeling more than you can explain. I used to think confident people were just born different. Like they wake up one day and magically knew what they were doing. But the older I get, the more I realize most people are just scared too. Some people are simply more willing to move while shaking, and I know social media makes it look easy. You open your phone and suddenly everyone seems ahead. Someone launched a brand, someone moved to another city, someone built their dream life at 22. Meanwhile, you're sitting at there wondering if you're even capable of posting one video, and slowly you start feeling behind in your own life. I felt it a lot. There were moments where I wanted to create so badly, but every idea felt not good enough. I kept waiting for the perfect version of myself to appear first, more talented, more attractive, more confident, more ready. But that version never came because confidence doesn't arrive before action, they usually comes after. I think many of us believe starting has to feeling exciting, but sometimes starting feels embarrassing, awkward, uncomfortable. Sometimes the beginning is just you sitting alone in your room wondering if you're delu- delusional for ever trying. And nobody really talks about that part. People love showing the outcome. Every few people saw uncertainly before it. The quiet nights, the doubt, the traps nobody saw. But honestly, that's when most dreams actually begin. Not in the certainty, in vulnerability, and maybe right now you're standing at the edge of something, a new version of yourself, a new chapter, a creative dream, a life you secretly want. But fear keeps whispering, what if I fall? What if I look stupid? What if I'm not enough? But I can tell you something gently. Doing nothing hurts too. Staying where you are hurts too. Pretending you don't care hurts too. And sometimes the fear of regret become heavier than the fear of starting. I think that's what growing up really is. Realizing nobody can give you permission to begin at some point. You just have to meet yourself halfway, even if your hands shake, even if your voice crack, even if your first attempting is messy, because beginnings is still beginnings. And honestly, some of the most beautiful things in life started quietly. A tiny upload, a late night idea, a note written at 2 a.m., a honest decision, not perfect, just real. I think we underestimate how wonderful one small step can become. One email, one audition, one sketch, one video, one maybe should I try? That's how lives slowly change, not all at once, but in tiny brave moments nobody uploads at first. And maybe that's why I wanted to make this letter tonight, because I know there's someone listening to who feel stuck between dreaming and beginning. Someone who keeps overthinking every step, someone waiting to finally feel fearless. But maybe fear isn't the sign to stop. Maybe it's proof that this matters to you, and maybe courage is not becoming fearless. Maybe courage is saying, I'm scared, but I don't want fear decided my whole life anymore. I don't think you need to become a completely different person to start. You don't need a perfect routine, a perfect face, a perfect plan. Maybe you just need one honest step. That's it. One small thing today that future you will quietly thank you for. Maybe opening a document, maybe filming a video, maybe finally admitting that you actually want, not for other people, for yourself, because your life deserves more than endless hesitation. And the truth is, you will probably still feel scared tomorrow, but you can be scared and still move. That's something I'm learning too. So this is your reminder tonight. You're not behind for being afraid. You are human, and maybe the next chapter of your life doesn't begin with confidence. Maybe it begins with honestly, with one small step, one quiet decision, one moment where you stop abandoning yourself. And if nobody told you lately, I really hope you try anyway, because the world would rather meet the imperfect real you than the perfect version that never started. Whenever you are right now, I hope you stay gentle with yourself.